Stop. That's the worst thing Chris because it's been said today. So you're telling me we're saying if you're fried way too much, you're not gonna get no bitches. Yes, sir. I was hoping you know swinging back with a new video we're watching. You need to quit weed, bro. Now as someone who has partook in such activities, I will say it's not the most difficult thing to quit, bro. Let's be so honest here. There's nicotine, high up there. Alcohol, probably even higher. Weed, honestly, as long as you have the right amount of self-discipline and just like, it's one of those out of sight, out of mind situations. If you don't have it around you and if you're not using it as like something to get away from a thought, honestly, if you're going to participate in the activity at all, do it for fun and not because you're trying to like, I don't know, hide from some form of emotions, bro. But yeah, as long as you're not like, having it all over your face, as long as like you're not like with your boys who are smoking 24/7 all days of like the week, you probably wouldn't really feel an urge to like hit a liquor, liquor.
Serious
Want to
that can
run a
have
video though.
devastating consequences for your life. This is an unpopular thing to say, but it's true. We don't think it should be illegal because for most people using weed isn't problematic.
Is there a country where it's not legal? If your country doesn't allow it, let me know.
Or has only mild negative consequences. But about 20% of people who've ever tried it develop cannabis use disorder. And some of them become severely addicted. That's actually a stunning amount of people, and many who start using weed don't know what they're in for. In the US, daily or near daily weed use has skyrocketed since way before legalization, and there are now more daily users of weed than drinkers of alcohol. And most daily users consume very high amounts. In 2023, 1 in 15 adult Americans were suffering from some form of cannabis addiction. In England, cannabis is by far the top drug teenagers seek help for. Today, we'll ignore medical use.
It's so common, bro. I feel like that's the only issue we have to like worry about right now, and it comes in so many different forms. Like niggas aren't gonna hit cigs cause they're nasty, they smell bad, and kind of how they look is just like it's odd. You might hit a vape just because of like how it looks, because it's cool looking. Weed itself, you could have it edible, you could have it in oil, you could put it in a pen. You could literally, I don't think there's any form of ingestion that you can't consume weed in. I genuinely believe if I could ground it up to a powder and sniff it up just like that, it would do the exact same thing it would always do. So that should tell you how not good for you it is, one. But also a second point, I don't think you should be allowed to participate in substances if you're poor. That's a whole different conversation though, because you're making yourself slow when you have no money. That's the luxury only rich people should have, bro. If you don't have money, don't start making your mind like rot, bro. Like, or not too much, every so often. Just understand your body, bro, and just like
casual users and people with mild problems, and instead we focus on the people who have a serious addiction or are in danger of developing one, even if they're not aware of it.
Okay.
Weed is usually discussed in the context of teenagers because using any drug while your brain is melting and rebuilding itself is a bad idea.
Yeah.
Instead, we'll have a frank conversation about how it affects you in your 20s and 30s. We'll combine research with our own personal experience of weed addiction. Unfortunately, we do have plenty of both.
I'll say the best time to probably like start, it's not from experience, if I'm being so honest. Maybe wait till you're like 20, 21, bro. I promise no one's gonna look at you like a moped. Just wait till you're 20, bro. Wait till you're literally 20 or 21. Maybe participate, but then at that point you understand yourself enough to know when you're doing too much, Yeah, I just feel like
our sources,
that's just normal.
Also know this script is written by
but
someone
that
who
doesn't
used
seem
weed
realistic,
daily for
bro. I know little
15
kids are
years
like
before quitting.
I know what y'all
Okay,
are doing, bro.
So let's get into it. Becoming addicted by accident. Most people slip into addiction gradually and slowly. They start using weed for a variety of reasons: to experiment, to cope or unwind from stress, because it's fun and easily available. Weed can make you feel more alive and things more exciting. Music sounds better, movies are funnier, food is a delight. it can be great.
Oh my god, you start to notice the acting in the acting, bro. Or you start to notice how 90% of media is ass, bro. And you don't realize till you're actually so gone. It's so gone,
Fun
bro.
with friends and a major source
And
of
then
comfort.
there's just 10% of it that's just so
The frequency with which you're
perfect.
consuming weed is the most obvious thing to look out for. If you're using daily or almost daily, this is a clear sign you're developing a problem. As a daily user, your risk of cannabis use disorder is up to 30%, and certainly a pretty relevant risk since it might take years before you realize the full weight of it.
Fair
So
enough.
if you're not careful about it, what started out as an occasional high becomes more and more normalized. Bit by bit, your weekends revolve
becomes
around
a pattern,
weed
bro.
or shift to activities that you can do stoned. Often other hobbies or obligations become less of a priority. Then it creeps into most weekdays, and finally, it's an established ritual every day. Over time, weed's nature changes.
Yo, I don't care. Give me whatever this nigga has right now. Oh my god, wait, watch
Ritual
this.
every day. Over time,
He is so gone, and I want to be right there with him. I'm so sorry. This is actually not good advice. I'm sorry. Wait, you see him? That's actually so cool. Fuck. If I was a little kid, if I was under 15 and I seen this video, I'd want to try it. Oh my god, that's the
weed's
opposite
nature
of
changes.
the point.
The joy-enhancing effects dissipate while a comfortable numbness takes over. Weed
enough.
can become your primary method of coping with life, but it doesn't make you stronger, better, or more resilient.
Fair enough.
Instead, it covers up negative emotions by building a snail shell that you can retreat into.
Fair enough.
Do you have a problem with weed? Super easy test. Stop doing it for 4 weeks, starting today. Not tomorrow, today. No matter what you have coming up. If that feels
For 4
challenging
weeks?
or you can't make it, this should give you food for thought.
Yeah, I could definitely do 4 weeks. I think I've right now. All right, let's be so honest here. When was the last time I hit? I was fried. I don't think I've hit a joint in a minute. I don't think I took an edible in a while. I did hit a pen. I was like, well, a week and a half ago. It hasn't really crossed my mind. It's been a minute. So it doesn't. I don't think it's just out of sight.
Once
out of
weed
mind.
has become a daily or near daily habit, the cumulative damage to your life can be profound.
Fair enough.
And now, back to weed.
Ooh, I like that transition. We're gonna skip over that ad though. I'm sorry.
Forever tomorrow.
Forever tomorrow.
For problematic weed users, life can sometimes progress in slow motion. The addiction
enough.
keeps you where you are, while your body ages and your friends move forward. But youth masks stagnation. For years, you don't notice how much weed might be holding you back because if you're
does.
young, life changes by itself. The outside world takes on the initiative and provides a lot of support for you. You're surrounded by peers, may still have childhood friends, progress through school, start work or university, and find new places and friendships.
That's so
Moving
real.
slowly is kind of okay in your 20s as life naturally throws experiences and challenges at you. But it's still not great for you. This is the time when your body is probably at its peak and you can use it for things you'll not be able to do later. From
Literally, bro. I feel like that's actually so real, bro. You can't. It makes you so slow that you just feel unproductive. You feel like you're wasting time. You feel like all the opportunities that you could have had, like great memories or like work towards something like important, are like slipping by you because you spent like a week of your life just doing nothing. That's like unfortunate. You really shouldn't, bro. Like if I was fried every day, I wouldn't be able to make videos for y'all almost every day. That's the truth. That's just honestly the truth, bro.
sports to dating and staying out late, traveling and experiencing the world. It's the easiest time to build a healthy social life, the greatest predictor of how happy you'll be over the next few decades. You'll likely never have fewer responsibilities again, so you can explore and take risks. Spending this time stoned with passive activities like scrolling over reposts on Reddit is something you might regret later. You'll never get this period of your life back. As you age out of your 20s, things change massively.
30's
Around this time,
crazy,
most
bro.
people naturally tone down their weed consumption or quit entirely. You're entering one of life's great inflection points, and you risk getting left behind. Your social life is different after 30. Friendships need care, attention, and active time investment to survive, and weed addiction works against you on multiple levels. Studies show that for some people, weed can worsen social anxiety, especially if you start using more and more.
Stop.
And once you feel anxious about socializing, it becomes pretty tempting to just stay home and avoid events or new experiences. Since weed numbs feelings, it's easy to push away FOMO or guilt about canceling last minute. You'll go next time. But will you?
Will you,
Speaking
bro?
from personal experience, you may turn into a friend that's unreliable, flaky, or rarely shows up anymore. But the more opportunities to hang out with friends you skip, the fewer...
the less times they would actually look out for you. This doesn't just go for Reed, bro. Let me be so honest with y'all. This happens in relationships as well. Every time, I'm actually kind of like grateful to have had the relationships I have had within the time period that I am in right now, where it's like, I know for a fact if I genuinely really, really needed to, I could make more friends. But I have the friends that are like there regardless. So I know this for a fact, like, in like my first or like second relationship, bro, I would hang out with my friends less and less and less. And then eventually they'd stop inviting me for stuff as much as they used to. And then, bro, obviously, like, when that's over, what do you have now? When those relationships are over, this person or this girl you thought you were gonna spend the rest of your life with is over, what do you have now? You literally have nothing. But like at that point, like I'm like happy to know, like, oh, okay, at least I have like the friends that I do have, where it's like I could literally go back to my boys and then they'd be like, nigga, we told you. They still be there. That's literally how like I feel. Like they're just there regardless. So having the friends you have right now should probably take maybe not as much priority, but like a good amount of priority over like relationships or like investing your time in one person, because that makes you extremely like codependent on that one person. Either be your own independent person or like have your own support system outside your relationship, obviously. But yeah, that's a lot of
There in
rambling
the future.
yeah.
Especially if you do weed alone, it can become the central focal point.
But
of
yeah,
your
it's the same
life.
thing with weed, bro.
Reports show that many
Like
people
think of that, like just substitute the girl with the grass, just like here. That's the point I was making,
addictions gradually reduce the activities or hobbies they once enjoyed in favor of consuming.
Okay.
Bit by bit, this can make you withdraw from the people in your life.
Fair enough.
While this can be pretty bad for your social life in your 20s, it may be catastrophic by the time you turn 30. Because in their 30s, most people are plenty busy. Careers, partners, travel, children, and their closest friends are now priorities. Free time becomes super valuable, and casual hangouts turn into two adults comparing their calendars. So people in their 30s are way more selective about what and who they spend their time with. Smoking a joint drops way down their priority list. Even without falling out, you may simply become incompatible if your identity becomes tied up with weed, or when your friends have a lot going on and you don't. This
Fair
happens
enough.
a lot without weed, but weed can supercharge it. So many problematic weed users focus on a small circle of friends and acquaintances who are also using weed. This can create an isolation trap. If your friends quit or they withdraw to use it alone, you can face sudden isolation and loneliness. Or you may feel pressure to keep using it because you're scared of losing your friends. It's harder and takes longer to make new friends in your 30s than in your 20s, so to change your situation you need courage, energy and motivation, things weed addiction makes much harder to muster. Worse still, people who feel lonely
When you're
tend to
30, bro, forced proximity is not an option no more. You don't get to go to university, you got to go to high school, you don't get to go to a class where like there's so many people that are just your age who don't have a lot going on and who are willing to be your friend, bro. Like when you're old, bro, that doesn't happen. I can already imagine it, bro. That doesn't happen no more. The friends I have right now are probably gonna be there till like, goddamn, I'm dead, bro.
use more
Oh my
weed
God.
to cope, which is linked to even more social isolation. Weed can fill the role of your best friend. It's there when you're lonely, it makes you feel okay in the moment. Your love life can also suffer. Social anxiety and complacency is a great motivator to put off dating and having sexual experiences in your 20s, and it doesn't get much easier as time passes.
Stop! That's the worst thing, Chris, because I've been said today. So you're telling me we're saying if you're fried way too much, you're not gonna get no bitches. That should be reason enough. That should be reason enough. I'm being so honest, right there. There you go.
Sexual experiences in your 20s, and it
You
doesn't
missed
get much
out.
easier as time passes.
Oh my
In
god.
relationships, weed addiction can be extremely
Oh my
disruptive. Reports show that partners of daily users can feel neglected, that couple communication can break down, and that trust evaporates. The addicted partner usually doesn't realize how poorly they're handling relationship issues and can be blindsided when their love leaves them. And to be frank, in their 30s, people want a partner who's ready to share the growing responsibilities of adulthood and wants to build a life together. The older you get, the more unattractive your weed addiction makes you. Okay, but who needs friends or love if you have a career, right? Wow.
Fair enough.
The achievement delay machine.
It
Long-term
literally
studies
does,
show that
bro.
heavy weed users are more likely to end up with reduced academic performance, a worse education, lower income, less savings, and less stable employment, even when compared to people from similar family backgrounds and social class.
That's what I
Many
said,
people
bro.
with weed addiction struggle to show up for work. They're not productive, they procrastinate, and
That's
they
what I
fail to
said,
meet
bro.
their responsibilities.
If you're fried way too much, you can't be smoking if you're poor, bro. That's what I'm gonna let you all know right now. Yeah, that's a luxury we're not allowed to have, guys.
The consequences of missed opportunities and bad decisions slowly accumulate.
Crazy.
Maybe you skipped networking events, had no ambition and didn't get promoted, or hopped between entry-level jobs. It's also much harder to build up savings since the addiction can cost you thousands each year. In your 20s, you transition from being useless to being good at something. And so in your 30s, expectations from others and yourself change sharply. People tend to cut you a lot of slack when you're young, but this has an expiration date. The older you get, the worse it feels to compare yourself to peers that are moving on in life and start achieving things. And it's not just career goals. If you spend a decade or two using weed all the time, you grow less as a person. You probably traveled less, went out less, met fewer people, had fewer interesting experiences, and in a way, lived less than your peers, which also really becomes noticeable in your 30s. In some studies, long-term chronic weed users had significantly lower life satisfaction, from their motivation and pursuit of personal goals, social and love life, to careers and options. Your life may just overall be much less fun and fulfilling than it could have been. On top of all this, your mental health is the final thing that you may erode over time. The prison of weed. What makes weed addiction so devious is how at first it can seem to improve your mental health. It can calm anxiety or depressive feelings, make you more relaxed and feel less lonely. But weed acts on your brain's reward system and the effects can flip without you noticing.
No way.
Weed can damage your ability to regulate your emotions and can worsen anxiety or depressive feelings and can escalate into serious mental disorders, which you might think that you can self-medicate against by doing even more weed. This can impair your coping skills, making you fragile and easily overwhelmed, unable to deal with stress, increase anxiety or depressive symptoms, worsen your mood, cause mood swings and irritability. The addiction can hold back a dam of bottled up negative feelings that's ready to crash into you and the people around you at any time, until eventually it doesn't work anymore. Especially during a mental health crisis, weed can make things much worse for you. On the flip side, there's research that shows that addicted people who give up weed experience a noticeable improvement in their mental health. Here's the thing. All the negatives we talked about, missing your life as it flies by, social isolation and not even getting close to living up to your potential, are not happening sometime in the future, but today. No matter your age, if you find yourself addicted or in danger of becoming addicted, there is a way out. It's not fun and it will be hard. You need to quit.
You just gotta stop. Really it, bro. You just gotta stop and understand your own body and know, honestly. I don't want to say quit, bro, but know honestly when to do it, bro. If you have to do it over 3 times a week, you might have a problem. Let's be so honest here, bro. And if you're doing it just cause, it's yo, you don't really need to. You don't really have to, do you? That's really it, though. That's really it, though.
And the earlier you do, the better
You need a reason. You need a reason, and it has to be a good reason. It can't be because you're sad. It can't be because you're depressed. It can't be because you have stuff going on in your life. It literally has to be because you're about to have so much fun doing something, and you just want to make it just a little bit more spicy. I won't hold you. That's all I'm gonna say. That's really all I'm gonna
life
say.
will be. Don't give up. There's a whole life out there waiting for you. Sometimes seeing your progress can make all the difference. The author of this video.
That's really about it. If you already messed with the vid, like, comment, sub. I don't really got anything else to say, but obviously, quit if you can. You should. But I'll see y'all next one. Goodbye.